Hey friends, welcome to Power Code Music. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about the Boss IR-200 amp and IR cabinet pedal and why I use it. Before we continue, I want to quickly ask you to please check out my YouTube homepage to view all of my videos carefully organized by subject. Also, if you find this information useful, please like and subscribe. You see, it really helps out the channel a great deal and also helps us to keep doing what we're doing. And now, back to the presentation. Some of the major reasons why I use this unit is covered in its standard features, top panel controls, along with the unit's side and back panel inputs, all of which we'll also discuss here in this presentation. The IR-200 is a pedal-sized amp simulator with high-quality guitar and bass amplifier models covering a wide variety of genres. It also includes an impulse response loader with a sizable cache of built-in high-resolution IRs, plus room for 128 user IRs. IR, in regards to audio effects, stands for impulse response. Impulse response represents how a system like a speaker, microphone, room, or reverb unit responds to a short, broadband signal otherwise referred to as an impulse. IRs are widely used in reverb simulation, and here it's used in capturing the acoustic characteristics of spaces such as concert halls, cathedrals, or realistic reverb effects. It's also used in cabinet simulation. Now, in this scenario, it's used to emulate tonal characteristics of speaker cabinets in guitar amp modeling. It's also used in convolution processing. Here, the impulse response is mathematically convolved with an input audio signal to apply the sonic signature of real-world environments and gear. Basically, an IR or impulse response lets you sample a space or piece of equipment and then apply its sound characteristics digitally. This is essentially why I use the Boss IR-200. Now, I don't record from guitar amplifiers hardly at all anymore, and in my studio, the Boss IR-200 doesn't sit on the floor as part of a pedal board, and I don't stomp on it. My unit sits on a table right beside my mixing board, and I treat it just like the rest of my effects processors. This is because in my studio, I like to record my guitars dry with no effects. In this way, I can ensure that my playing is correct and it's the best it can be with no outside distractions, coloring, or manipulation. To me, if my guitar doesn't sound good dry, it just doesn't sound good. Once I have my guitar track recorded, I can then experiment with different IRs to see which one works and sounds best in the mix with the rest of my music. I love working this way because I never feel stuck with the guitar sound. It allows me to be more creative and discover new overall production sounds and vibes that I might have never tried if I recorded my guitar track wet with effects to begin with. I know my preferred process doesn't work for everyone. However, it does work for me. And I strongly recommend that you find and exploit the best process that works for you. That is, if you haven't already. Lastly, you can also create a special headphone mix for inspiration and still record your guitar tracks dry. Let's take a look at more of the Boss IR-200's features. This is a pedal-based amp simulator and impulse response loader with premium sound and features. The unit has 32-bit analog to digital, digital to analog 32-bit floating point processing, and 96 kHz sampling rate. It has 128 user IR slots with support for mono and stereo WAV files, and up to 32-bit floating point and 96 kHz resolution, and 200 or 500 millisecond length. Onboard preset cab IR libraries it has, that is, with 144 Boss IRs and 10 Celestion digital IRs. It also has IR reproduction with 2 custom digital signal processors. The unit is 8 guitar and 3 bass amp types to cover a wide range of styles, and you can also run up to 2 IRs at once in mono or stereo. The unit has 128 memories for storing user types and 2 EQs in each memory plus 2 global EQs, all with selectable parametric or graphic operation. The unit has room, studio, and hall ambience types and effects loops with mono, send, and mono stereo return with selectable pre-cab or post-EQ positioning. It has dedicated software for loading cab IRs and backing up memories. I've used the software and it's very effective. I do like it. The unit has a USB audio interface for recording and playback with music software on Mac and Windows computers and also iOS devices. Last but not least, the unit has external control support via foot switches and expression pedals along with TRS MIDI. We'll move on to the Boss IR-200's top panel controls. First, we have the display. The memory number and name are shown on the play screen. This also shows the parameters and values when you are editing. Moving on, we have the memory knob. You can switch between memory and volume by pushing this knob. You turn the knob while pushing it to make the volume jump in increments of 10. Hold down the knob to switch the screen display mode. When you are editing, turn the knob to switch between pages. Moving on, we have the amp knob. This selects the amp type. After that, we have the cabinet knob. This selects the cabinet type. Straightforward, right? What follows then is the ambience knob. This adjusts the effect level of the ambience. Then we have the menus button. If you push this, the menu screen, I should say, appears. And after that, we have the exit button. This returns you to the previous screen. Now, in some cases, on some screens, this cancels the operation that's currently being executed. After that, we have the gain knob. This adjusts the gain or amount of distortion. After that, we have the level knob. This adjusts the amp's overall output level. After that, we have the bass knob. This adjusts the tonal characteristics of the amp's low-end sound. Moving on, we have the middle knob, which adjusts the tonal character of the amp's mid-range sound. What follows is the treble knob, which adjusts the tonal characteristics of the amp's high-end sound. After that, we have the down switch, which selects the previous memory. And what follows then is the up switch, which selects the next memory. Now, we'll discuss the Boss IR-200's side panel inputs. First, we have the aux-in jack. You would connect an audio player using a cable with a stereo mini plug here. The audio signal input through the aux-in is mixed with the sound of the unit and is sent to the output and phone jacks. You would adjust the volume on the audio player side. After that, we have the phones jack. Of course, this is used for connecting headphones. And you can turn the surround on to make it seem as if the amp was right in front of you. After that, we have the control 1, 2, and expression jacks. Using these jacks, you can connect a foot switch and use it to switch the solo SW on or off, or switch the memories with this. So using the jack as an expression, you can connect an expression pedal and use it to control the amount of gain or volume of the effect sound. And the type of foot switches actually that are compatible are the Boss FS5U, the FS6, and the FS7. Now, if you want to use an expression pedal, the Roland expression pedals that are compatible are the EV30 and the Roland EV5, etc. Should I say expression pedals that fall within that particular model line. After that, we have the USB port. You connect to your computer using a USB cable that supports USB 2.0. And last but not least is the ground terminal. Now this connects to an external earth or ground if necessary. Lastly, let's check out the Boss IR-200's rear panel. First, we have the MIDI jacks. You use a TRS MIDI connecting cable to connect an external MIDI device here. For the MIDI in, you can use an external MIDI device to switch between memories on the unit. For the MIDI out, you can control an external MIDI device by operating the pedal switch on this unit. Now, you want to be careful not to connect an audio device here. Doing that could cause the system to malfunction. Next, we have the input jack. You would connect your guitar, bass, or effect unit here. After that, we have the send and return jacks. Connect an external effects unit to these jacks. To use these jacks, you need to configure the send and return memory parameter. After that, we have the output jacks. Connect these jacks to your guitar amp mixer or other audio device, and use only jack A for mono sound. Use this setting appropriate for the amp you are connecting to. Last but not least is the DC in jack. Connect the included AC adapter to this jack. The DC in jack also operates as the power switch. The power turns on when you insert a plug into the DC in jack. The power turns off when you remove the plug. Well, that's a wrap. If you like this presentation, please give it the thumbs up and click the subscribe button on your screen to join our group. We have new videos coming out every 7 to 14 days, and leave a comment in the comments section and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and TikTok. While you're here, listen to some of the music and check out the playlists because they're designed just for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We really do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you soon.